We'll continue to follow up on to its logical conclusion. Now, former Machakos First Lady Lilian Nganga now claims her life is in danger. Lilian claims she has received death threats from her ex-governor Alfred Mutua. Accompanied by her lawyer Philip Murgor, Lilian claims that Mutua has also transferred some of her property to himself. As Kimani Githuku reports, she now wants the Inspector General of Police and Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI, to charge Governor Alfred Mutua with the allegedly serious crimes he has committed against her.
For the first time since their separation, the former Machakos First Lady Lilian Nganga has come out in the public.
I ended my relationship with Alfred Mutua in early June this year. On repeated occasions, I've seen Alfred say that we are still friends and our separation has been amicable. These are Mr. Mutua's usual theatrics and lies.
And she came loaded with allegations.
On September 8, 2021, Mr. Mutua, accompanied by his police bodyguard Martin Zingi, arrived at my apartment and took away a car that was fully registered in my name with a spare key that he had illegally obtained. Mr. Mutua fraudulently transferred the ownership of the car in the logbook into his name and thereafter sold the vehicle to a third party.
Lilian accused Mutua of illegally transferring her company shares to his sister, among other violations.
Mr. Mutua recently and illegally transferred my shares in the Dash Enterprises, the hotel company, to his sister Anne Bandi Mutua. Again, a clear act of fraud. At no point did I execute a transfer of my shares or otherwise transfer my 1,800 shares, that is 45% shareholding in the company, to him, let alone his sister.
Lilian stated that she fears for her life following alleged threats and intimidations from Governor Mutua.
In the company of our two mutual friends, and after two criminal incidents, I requested Alfred Mutua for mature and amicable separation and reminded him that after all, we were not married. Mr. Mutua angrily termed me as his enemy number one and threatened to crush me to ash, as he takes away everything I have and everything I own.
Lilian, who separated from Mutua 2 months ago and is now dating musician Julius Owino, commonly known as Giuliani, revealed that Mutua demanded through his lawyers that she returns all the money he had spent on her.
What I have described amounts to a form of GBV, that's gender-based violence, known as psychological and economic gender-based violence. Mr. Mutua is out to destroy me, both psychologically and economically, and must be stopped by the government.
Lilian is now calling upon the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, and Inspector General of Police to initiate investigations.
I am publicly requesting Mr. Mutua to immediately return my property, cease threatening my life and of those around me, and stop his arrogance, abuse of power, manipulation, and bullying. He needs to get a life and he needs to move on.
Kimani Githuku, KTN News.
Let's cross borders for a bit, shall we? As the conflict in Ethiopia hits fever pitch, Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni has called